Hey guys, it's Milo here for the Fellowship of Acoustics, and today it is my pleasure to welcome the Canadian rock god Ariel Posen here next to me. Ariel, thank you for joining us, man.
Thanks for having me.
So glad
Rock
you're
god is a little generous, but thank you.
Slide rock god then maybe.
Anything with God at the end,
Yeah.
but thank you.
Just an all-round god, Ariel Posen. So Ariel is joining us in the middle of his tour right now in the Netherlands. So how are you enjoying the tour so far?
Fantastic. Always love coming to Europe, but specifically Netherlands is always so... It's kind of the best. You know, the rooms are so nice, the people are so nice, the hospitality, everything is so pro and lovely.
Even the guitar shops, right?
Well, this is the only one we're at, so yeah,
Okay.
I have nothing else to compare it to, so This is pretty epic. But I have been here, so I was aware of the epicness.
Yeah. But thank you very much for joining us. So this tour is the Bannatyne, am I pronouncing it correctly? Bannatyne?
Yep, that's right. Bannatyne tour, yeah.
Bannatyne tour, and also the name of the upcoming album, right?
Yeah.
March 20th.
That's right.
So that is the seventh solo album right now? Sixth?
It's technically, I call it the fourth.
The fourth, okay.
I put out 3 albums which were just solo improvised guitar called Mile End, 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Like an album like Bannatyne, I started writing for it beginning of 2024. And, you know, it takes like a year and a half from writing to recording to mix.
Yeah.
A Mile End was done in 2 hours at one evening, okay. You know? So I
totally different process.
Even though it's a project and it is an album, I don't consider them like albums.
Okay, yeah.
So this is technically my fourth.
Yeah. More like a compilation of sort of...
Well, not even a compilation. It's just like the amount of like effort, not effort, but work that goes into it. It just doesn't classify to me as the same as like a real album. It's more like a side project release or
And Bannatyne. So I read somewhere that it's named after a street in Winnipeg, where you're from.
Yeah.
So the street, the Bannatyne Street, I read up on it, and I found it's steeped in rock legend, because there's also an album by the Guess Who.
Right.
So Long Bannatyne, I think it's called. What is it about the Bannatyne Street that makes it sort of a destination for these albums?
I don't know. I think for me, it's, first of all, I specifically, it's not like I have the most like crazy connection to that street itself. It's in the Exchange District downtown in Winnipeg. Mm-hmm. I do have some personal memories that I've used to connect it to, but I'm using Bannatyne as a term or as a theme more so to resemble home than like the street itself. Yeah. The image of the album is a house, and that's my childhood house that I grew up on, which is not on Bannatyne. No. But you can kind of combine things together. And I think Bannatyne is a unique sounding word. Yeah. It's different, it's kind of cool. So that's kind of why I went with it.
Yeah, no, I can understand. And in terms of the writing process, so did this differ from start to finish? Was it sort of a regular Ariel Posen sort of writing process?
Yeah. Regular Ariel Posen's writing process is, it's like writing season when I'm not touring as much. Yeah. I can't write on tour. No. Or when I'm traveling.
You need to sort of have a clear head to focus on.
Yeah, it was like kind of once The Reasons Why, which is my last record, finished, kind of, then I started writing, and then, just try to write as many songs as I can.
Does that start with an acoustic guitar, or does it differ where
it doesn't matter what kind of guitar, but it starts usually with a musical idea or a melody or something I'm singing. Sometimes like a lyric first. Yeah. But oftentimes it's something like a musical idea, and then...
I find that's mostly the case with guitarists a lot of the time, right? I think that it starts with more melodic sort of, or chordal sort of ideas.
But yeah, it's just... there's on season and off season for writing, and you just have to kind of... For me, it's either on or off. So yeah, I just try to write as many songs as possible. Like, this is a 12-song record, which is a little more than I might usually do. So I had at least, I think, 25 songs or so. So I had it like... I chose what I thought were the best ones. You know, like you have 50% to choose from, the best ones. Yeah. Once you have more songs, it makes it really obvious which are the stronger ones and which are not.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the process.
Okay. And a lot of people also know you for your, they know you as a fuzz guitar sort of
Right.
legend, and focus a lot on your sort of broken down fuzzy tones. Is that also a place where you can start in a writing process, or is it a later addition to songs maybe? Or can you start with sort of, this sounds incredible, like a really low sort of fuzzy sound, I need to write a riff like this, or is it?
Both. Future present tense definitely started with that kind of sound.
Yeah.
And the only time I've ever done this, there's a song called Vagabond, which was the second single that came out. That was recorded and sounded like an entirely different way and had a different vibe. It had like this kind of like rootsy Americana, almost like maybe like a Jason Isbell kind of vibe to it.
Yeah.
And I love Jason Isbell, but the song itself, the way I had it, was kind of on like the chopping block for me. And then I posted a video. I was doing all these kick and snare videos.
Yeah.
And there was one song that just, you know that thing?
Yeah.
I'm in the wrong tuning, but it really kind of blew up. And every time I would post it, it would get like a big reaction. So I've never done this because like based on social media response, but I went back to that song and repurposed it with that groove and that sound. And
it does tell you something, right? That people really enjoy it. It hits them. Or
well,
something.
you hope it does, based on that. And that's the only time I've done that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like if you're writing on an acoustic or electric or a piano or a whatever, just like whatever tool. I'm not precious about what it needs to be. I can visualize or worry about the production or the sound or the effects. That kind of comes after.
Yeah.
When I'm writing, it's really just about the chords, arrangement, and lyrics.
And how does that translate to your live performances? Because you're playing with a trio now, live?
Yeah. I'm always three-piece, yeah.
Yeah.
When I'm recording, I don't think about that.
No.
I just want it to be like a great sounding recording. I don't worry about how am I going to replicate this. Once we start rehearsing and getting to okay, now how do we do this? Then I worry about it. And
are you precious about the original arrangement, or do you also just favor maybe just focusing on this is more like a live version of this song?
Yeah, well, I focus on like when you subconsciously listen to a song, what are the parts that your ear kind of hears and sticks out?
Yeah.
So for me, I just kind of focus on that. Like, what are the main parts that if someone knows this song, what are they listening to and what part do they want to hear? So, and then I just consolidating those.
I think that's also the charm of a three-piece, right? Leaving stuff out and focusing on the important,
the space.
Important stuff, leaving a lot of space. So is that also why you enjoy playing as a three-piece?
Yeah, I love the space. I've always liked, I love the Police and like all the great trio bands, and I don't know, if you can be comfortable with the space, then it works in your favor.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people don't like the space. They kind of feel naked with it.
Yeah.
And you just need to have an understanding of your role within a three-piece.
Yeah.
And as much as it's your role, it's bass player's role, drummer's role. It's like a very big team effort. But it can get pretty big, it can get pretty small. It can kind of do all the things that you want it to do. And sometimes with more people in a band, it just gets more, it can become harder to dial in certain things unless everyone's like really on the same page, you know?
And every individual needs to sound a little smaller. And that's also...
At times, yeah.
Yeah, because with a three-piece, every instrument on its own can sound huge.
Yeah,
you know? Like
totally.
Also some Zeppelin mixes, right? How big, sort of, how much space a kick drum can take up or something.
Well, people think that the more stuff you add makes something sound bigger, but oftentimes it's the opposite. When you kind of focus on something simpler and smaller, it tends to have more impact, like bigger.
Yeah.
And like, I'll be honest, if you have a 4-piece, 5-piece band, 6-piece band, once you're on stage, like there's only so much space in a mix for the things to really pop out and hear them, like even with a great sound engineer. So it works for us.
Yeah.
It's what I've always done, and probably will continue to do.
All right. And you're playing the Strat that you brought today, right?
Yep.
Can you tell me a little bit about it? Because I think a lot of people will know that you have a signature Fender, right?
I have a signature Fender, yeah. This is
Which is incredible on its own, right?
It is, yeah.
How did that feel? Did you get a call like, hey, Ariel, we want to collaborate with you? How does something like that happen?
I have had a relationship with those guys for a long time, have been friends, and like we're always kind of texting and scheming and doing things. And at the time I was experimenting, I essentially wanted to like just put together a custom shop guitar, which is essentially was this, but for fun, with no agenda. Just I wanted this cool guitar. I've never really connected with the classic Strat, 3 pickups.
Yeah.
I've always loved the 2 pickups in a Strat. So I was experimenting with, I had like a couple cheaper American models or whatever. So I was throwing different pickups in them for fun, and I was talking about it with my pal Steven at Fender, and telling him the idea, and he basically said, yeah, that's so cool. Like, I have a better idea. Why don't we just do a signature guitar? Like, all right.
Because do you consider yourself a Strat player, just in general? Are you a Strat player?
I mean, a Strat style, like the body, ergonomically, yeah.
Yeah, because you're leaning towards a sort of a S style, but then you're also removing some of the maybe original sort of key features. Some of them, like the 3 pickups, like the tremolo, right?
The guts don't matter as much as like how it feels, the body, and like the shape of it.
So that's mostly what draws you to the Strat is sort of the ergonomics, maybe.
Yeah, and and also like where the knobs always sit on a Strat always feel much more comfortable to me than like on a Tele or a Jazzmaster or other guitars. Just like I use them a lot, so having them nearby rather than farther is really important. And you know, even having the cable like here instead of through the body, just these little things that make huge ergonomic differences.
Yeah.
Like I lean the guitar up sometimes while standing.
Yeah.
And like you can't really do that if it's on a Tele or another guitar. So little things like, and I don't like a cable going straight into the body. So a lot of subtle things like that. But I had a lot of ideas in place in mind. They were based off of preferences from how I like a Jazzmaster, how I like a Strat, and influences from like the mule baritone I play as well.
Sure, yeah.
Big part from that. And I still play that guitar.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a very amazing process because I could have done anything I wanted. And we just took the time to make sure we got exactly what I was looking for. And it was a very easy and great experience.
I think you ended up with a wonderful product. Like I said to you before, this is really my kind of sort of S-style guitar. I'm a big fan of Jazzmasters as well. About the pickups, because those are unique as well, right? This is a new design.
AP 90s.
The AP 90s. So I'm thinking it has a P90 sort of inside. Is there some other tweaks to that design?
Yeah, so the bridge is a P90. Mm-hmm. I wanted power, like more power than single coils, but I didn't want humbuckers.
Yeah.
And historically, I haven't really liked P90s, to be honest. And Tim Shaw, who I did the pickups with, he said, trust me, like I think I can cook something up on the P90 side that you might actually like. And I told him that it was normally the neck pickup P90 that I always found like way too muddy.
Yeah.
So I told him I really like the sound of my neck pickup in my Jazzmaster. It's like more open sounding than this, like a Strat neck pickup. He said, no problem. I can take that exact schematic, house it in a P90. So this is a Jazzmaster pickup.
Okay, yeah.
And that with the P90 is a really nice blend. It's like got more muscle, but it's not like humbucker style. It breathes. It's really dynamic. Still kind of fairly low output.
what I feel with a Strat neck pickup, that sometimes it forces you in a sort of in a corner or something, and with a Jazzmaster, I think, to me, it feels more like a blank canvas.
Exactly.
It's also something.
Agreed.
Just what you feel when playing, like the Strat with the 3 single coils.
Yeah, you just want to be Stevie Ray Vaughan or something.
Yes, you just you have that sound in your head, and then I hear it under my fingers, and I just have to play stuff like that. But with a Jazzmaster, I can play can play the same stuff, and I don't have any sound in my head of a guitarist that I know.
I think
maybe Nels Klein then, but okay.
Yeah, I think it's the 2 pickup thing. Like it changes. Like it's a psychological thing. It changes how you hear it, therefore how you play it.
Yeah.
And that's a big part of it.
That is really important. Yeah.
Trying to like come up, and like it was really important to try to come up with something original and different. There's so many, super Strats, humbuckers. I didn't want to do a Stratocaster with gold foils. I just really wanted to like try to put my own stamp on it and like try to do something unique. So most people see this guitar and they think they're both P90s, which isn't that original. But then when you find out what's really going on, then like, oh, that is interesting. That's cool. Yeah.
Combined with the hardtail as well. Why did you choose for a hardtail design?
I love a trem bar, but I haven't been using it in years as much. 2 reasons. I do think it sounds there's a bit more sound, hardtailed in the body.
More resonance in it.
More resonance. Yeah. And strictly as a working musician and person that plays a lot of shows, if you break a string with a floating trem,
you're done.
You're done. Yeah. So that reason too.
Yeah, also with fly gigs, right? Taking maybe 1 or maybe 2 guitars, you really don't have the opportunity to switch easily, right? Yeah.
You just want to get that longevity out of the strings, and it's a tool at the end of the day.
Yeah,
you want it to work right.
Yeah.
You don't want to just be snapping strings to the point where, oh shit, now I have to like change every string, and on a gig it can be bad.
What kind of gauge are you playing in terms of strings? Because I can see
the guitar, first of all, ships with 11s. Like it's 11s. A normal guitar.
Yeah.
I'm on tour right now, and I only brought 1 guitar on this tour. So I switch between open and standard tuning. So it's in B standard right now. So I have a signature set of baritone strings with string joy.
Yeah.
So they're 14 to 62.
Yeah.
Which isn't crazy when you're in B.
No, in terms of tension, it sort of evens out, right?
They feel like 11s, yeah.
Can you maybe give us some sounds? You're playing not through your usual amp, but through a Badcat 5.
Yeah.
Maybe show us what the guitar can do a little bit. Man, that sounds amazing. Really, really a lovely sound. For the people watching, the Fellowship will also receive one. They are in quite high demand. They're popular guitars. I think we will receive one maybe in September. So be on the lookout for this particular guitar. Not this actual one, but the Ariel Posen signature. Maybe that's a nice segue to the next part of the video.